Now, as you've been hearing in the news today, fans are mourning. Ozzy Osbourne has died. His family announced that today. He was 76 years old. Now, he's also known for being the lead singer of Black Sabbath and died less than 3 weeks after the final performance with his band. My next guest is a lifelong Ozzy Osbourne fan. CBC reporter Adam Carter joins me in studio now. Hey, Adam.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Okay, so how is this news hitting you right now? How are you processing all this?
Harder than I thought it would, to be honest. I kind of always knew that this day would come, obviously, but Ozzy felt immortal in many ways.
Okay.
You kind of always thought that he would be there, and he's been there kind of through my entire life. He's been that soundtrack. So knowing that he's not anymore feels like an odd hole for me. It's very strange.
His family and him have an interesting impact on pop culture. It's from the music. My introduction was from reality TV.
Sure.
Others know him from his wife on The Talk or his daughter. For those who, I guess, got into him from his music career, like you, what was that introduction like for you?
So Ozzy was the first, and Sabbath was the first music that was ever mine, that I found myself. So, before that, you kind of have the music that your parents show you and things like that. And there was stuff that I enjoyed. But the first time I heard Black Sabbath, it was like something in my brain unlocked. Like I knew that this was music that was made for me. And it was the first thing that I could kind of claim an ownership of. And so I think that's why it stayed with me for so long. Like it really transfixed me right from go. And I guess I just carried it with me my entire life after that. It's, all of the friends that I have, all of the music that I've ever played, most of it comes either from a direct love of Ozzy and Sabbath or playing music that wouldn't exist without Ozzy and Sabbath. So in many ways, I kind of have him to thank for most of the relationships in my life, which is kind of crazy to think about.
What was it about that music that unlocked something in you? What was it about the lyrics or the sound?
It was just kind of unlike anything that I'd ever heard. It was the references to the occult. It was the evil sound of the tritone in the song Black Sabbath the first time that was there. It was just the sort of thing where it felt creepy, it felt weird, it felt different, and I guess at like 10 years old, I felt like I was all of those things too. So it just was kind of like holding up a mirror and seeing something that was made for me. And I always loved that.
That's special. It sounds like you felt seen in the music.
Yeah, 100% I did.
And you also wear the music. So I understand you have some tattoos
I have a couple of Sabbath tattoos, yeah. So this one is a bit of a mashup. It says Into the Void, which is one of their biggest songs ever, and the cover of Never Say Die, their album from, I want to say 76 or 77, don't quote me directly. Okay. And there's also this Whiskey's Quicker tattoo here, which is a reference to Ozzy's first solo album, Blizzard of Oz, from 1980.
For people who aren't fans of his or fans of the band, how do you describe his impact?
Well, heavy metal wouldn't exist without Black Sabbath, I don't think. Like, there are other people who obviously contributed, but they created that sound in so many ways. Like, it would be, I don't know, like if Paul McCartney died tomorrow is a similar sort of thing. It's that level of omnipresent, like they are the originators. They are the bedrock of that sound and that style of music. It just wouldn't exist without them. So it's, like I said before, like 99% of the music that I love would not exist without this band. Never mind this band and this artist that I also love. Like I, in many ways, owe them everything.
Yeah. You streamed that farewell concert that I mentioned off the top. It happened a few weeks ago. What was that like to watch that final performance?
Kind of like coming full circle in some ways, both for my group of friends who watched it with me and obviously for Ozzy and all of those guys playing it. Like I said, my group of friends grew up loving that music, and that was really a connection for us. And to get to see him say goodbye was really heartening in some ways, but also very, very sad. But it was nice to see him go out on his terms. And Ozzy always struck me as someone who lived to perform. Like when he said, "I love you all" on stage, that wasn't just a stage banter that he was saying for the sake of it. You felt it every single time. So being able to sit with people whose, the relationships with them you've cultivated through this music and see him say goodbye on his own terms meant a lot. It was really emotional and, again, more sad and harder than you would think to grapple with, because you're seeing your own mortality in someone that you thought would live forever sometimes, I think. So it was gratifying in some ways, but also tough. But I love that he got that chance to say a final goodbye. I'm kind of shocked that he went so quickly after the fact. I never would have expected it, but knowing that it seemed like he had a really positive final moment on stage where he got to go out on his terms means a lot.
Thank you for sharing what he meant to you. Because I mean, as somebody who hasn't followed his music, it's really interesting to hear, the impact he's had on you, but also music at large.
Yeah, for sure. I'll never forget him ever.
Adam Carter is a reporter with CBC Toronto and a lifelong Ozzy Osbourne fan. Osbourne died today at 76 years old. Here's Ozzy Osbourne now with Crazy Train. It's Ozzy Osbourne with his song Crazy Train. Osbourne died today at 76 years old.